Hey everybody, we're doing my top favorite things with Logic Pro 10. We're going to focus on 5 of them today, although there's a lot. I do want to say that even though Logic is one of my digital audio workstations that I use the most, that I do appreciate many of the things that other workstations have, and I sometimes should do a list of my least favorite things about Logic Pro 10 because there's a number of those that I don't like as well. Anyway, top 5. Number 1, I'm going to go with the fact that once we buy it, the updates come for free and they keep on coming without having to buy new versions every time. Now, that being said, over the years, I've had to buy a few new computers to go with Logic. So Apple has definitely gotten a lot of my money, regardless of how you look at it. But Pro Tools, when they come out with a new update, it's going to cost money, or you have to get the subscription service. You get different things for the value there, so it's not like it's a waste of money. But there are some applications out there which have done the free version once you buy it. FL Studio, you get free updates for life. Apple, so far with the current version, you've been getting free updates. We'll see how long that lasts. The other thing about that I really like is that it's all in the App Store and you can download it. That means you don't have to wait for it to come in the mail or go get a big clunky box of manuals like you used to have to do with Logic. The other thing about the history of Logic, because Apple's doing this new thing with them, but originally when I first bought it from Apple, it was over $1,000. And then it went down to around $500, a little bit less with educational discount, and now it's at the current, around $300 or less price, and so that's not bad at all. So that's one thing. Downside to Apple owning Logic is that sometimes it doesn't get the priority in terms of bug fixes or upgrades when they have to get an iPhone out every year or twice a year or whatever they're doing right now. That can often mean delays for everything else. Okay, number 2, the content that comes with Logic. I love how much comes with it. There's gigs and gigs of files, loops, instruments, effects, all kinds of things. The effects are great. The instruments are great. We just got Alchemy sometime in the last year or so. Has great tools that come bundled. Now, you can still use all the third-party things, the Waves. I use East West Orchestra bundle. I also use the Arturia synth bundle. So you can get other things for it, but if you just had money for one thing, Logic comes with more than, say, Pro Tools or other software applications typically. So that's my number 2. And they all sound decent. There's some things in there which don't sound great, but can be useful in certain circumstances no matter what. You can find a way to use things. Number 3 is going to be the app that you can get with it for your iPhone or iPad. It integrates so tightly. It's really well designed, I think. I've had some issues with earlier versions, but currently it seems to be relatively stable for me. You just have to be on the same network or create an ad hoc network, and then you can connect, do mixing, add instruments, do all kinds of tweaking of things. You can be in the other room with your microphone. There's just a lot of really cool functionality that comes with it. And so that's my number 3. Number 4, and this is one of those things that was a little controversial initially, is how closely related it is to GarageBand. With GarageBand, you get kind of a very watered down but still relatively powerful function set. And the reason why I like it is because I can work on GarageBand on my iPad, do a lot of the initial sketching or songwriting or sequencing, and then move it into Logic to finish it up. So it gives me the portable version, then I could take it to the desktop version or the laptop version and continue going. So that's number 4. Number 5, I like the layers that you get with Logic. So you can do things very simply. You can just have it set up with templates. You can basically have Logic do a ton of the things for you with connecting with external MIDI controllers, all kinds of things. But you can also do things very complex. And that means that you can get under the hood in the environment. You can connect things in there. You could use the Java plugin to script entire new effects. You can do so much very deep inside Logic, or you can keep it simple. And so I really like having that layered system that's going to really reach a number of different users in a number of different ways. At some point, if you're interested, we can also do the top 5 things that I don't like about Logic. I think you might find something useful there. It's a great application, but as I always say, it doesn't matter if you use Logic or Pro Tools or anything. You really just have to know what you're doing with the tools you have, and you can create great music. So it's really about the music and less about the tools you're using. That's the same with Logic and just about any other one of these digital audio workstations.